acoustic duo. The reason I'm holding up the little posters because you can take one of these in the back if you like. But I'll just go quickly. I thank you all for staying. But I met Valerie Turner years ago. She's a guitarist of the group, and she was too frightened to play in front of anybody other than other guitar geeks like herself. So I met her in a little blues song circle down in Manhattan, and she played something very simple, probably Freight Train, and one of the other guys in the group, we were just both spellbound. I mean, I've heard that song so much I can't stand it anymore, but we were both spellbound when she played it. And the other guy goes, you know, Valerie, there's a lot of good guitarists here, and you're the best one among us. What he meant, and it's true, was every note counted. She just played so soulfully, and we could all play the same notes. And now, all these years later, they're getting invited to festivals all over the country, and that's cutting them short. We have to conflict with a folk guild event when this comes up, because they can't do it the next week. They're going to be playing a blues festival in Israel, and then they're going on to Europe. So this is I'm thrilled that they're coming up to the Hudson Valley again, and it will be a treat to see them. So anyway, I tried to learn a couple of real Depression-era songs, and I just couldn't do justice to them in a short time. But then I started thinking about these country blues guys. The reason there was a blues revival is because they lost their jobs during the Depression. The record companies went out of business. And so much like Jim Poskeville had said, you know, he learned a Jorma Kaukonen version of Reverend Gary Davis. That's kind of what I focused on. These guys used to informally call themselves the Blues Mafia. They were the people that helped bring about the revival. So this is an arrangement of a Blind Blake song by Ian Buchanan and Dave Van Ronk. It's called That'll Never Happen No More. That sound okay? There, let me get comfortable here. I think that's better. on my list for next week. I figured that's a bonus track, or 3 weeks from now, rather. I don't know why I like that song. I just didn't think of it when I did my set list. This one I only thought of yesterday. Valerie and I have done this as a duet because she plays it kind of the real Mississippi John Hurt way in C, and I play it in drop D. So, and forgive me, you people who are not guitar geeks, but when she capos on two and we play it together, it sounds kind of sort of all right. We haven't done it in years. I'm going to run it by her tonight, so if she'll do it, then you'll hear the duet version if you come. It's called Let the Mermaids Flirt with Me. And John Hurt, just briefly about him, he's one of the more exciting stories in the blues because he didn't, he recorded in like 1929 and then he disappeared for over 30 years. People didn't know if he was still alive. He didn't know there were people listening to his music in this blues revival. So this white guy shows up at his little shack in Mississippi and says, "I'd like you to come to Washington, D.C. and play guitar for us." And he thought he was in trouble for bootlegging or something like that. He didn't believe the guy. He went with him just, he figured if I didn't go, I'll get in worse trouble. So he rode all the way to Washington not believing who he was, and then he had about a 3 years left in his life. He was already elderly, and he became very popular in those 3 years. Blues all in the ocean, blues all in the air. I can't stay here no longer, I have no steamship fare. When my earthly trials are over, cast my body out to the sea. Save all the undertaker bills, let the mermaids flirt with me. My wife controls our happy home, a sweetheart I cannot find. The only thing I can call my own is a troubled and a worried mind. When my earthly trials are over, cast my body out to the sea. Save all the undertaker bills, let the mermaids flirt with me. My darling has forsaken me. If I ever see her face again, I'll have to swim across this sea. When my earthly trials are over, cast my body out to the sea. Save all the undertaker bills, let the mermaids flirt with me. I do not work for pleasure, earthly peace I'll see no more. The only reason I work at all is to drive the road from my door. When my earthly trials are over, cast my body out to the sea. Save all the undertaker bills, let the mermaids flirt with me. Blues all in the ocean, blues all in the air. I can't stay here no longer, I have no steamship fare. When my earthly trials are over, cast my body out to the sea. Save all the undertaker bills, let the mermaids flirt with me. Thank you very much, thank you, Greg. Thank you, Lynn and Pat, and everybody, a lot of great music.